And before we start our agenda and the points in the agenda, first we'll propose the roll call. Dominika?
Dominika VPI will perform the roll call. BPHSA Bulgaria. BPHSA Bulgaria, CPSA Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina delegated to CPSA Croatia, EPSA Cyprus, CZPSA Czech Republic, EPSA Finland, Anne France, BPHD Germany, ISA Italy, LPSA Latvia, SFD Lithuania delegated to LPSA Latvia, MPSA Malta, KMPSV the Netherlands, FF Spain delegated to KMPSV the Netherlands, NOPSA Norway, SSOP Denmark delegated to NOPSA Norway, BPSA Poland, AFOP Austria delegated to BPSA Poland, IPSA Ireland delegated to BPSA Poland, AFF Portugal, MPSA North Macedonia delegated to AFF Portugal, FASFR Romania, SPSA Slovakia, DSHFS Slovenia, NAPSR Serbia delegated to DSHFS Slovenia, ASEP Switzerland, EPSA in Turkey, EPSA Ukraine. Dominika VPI, there are 27 voting members present.
No, President, I resume the standing orders.
Thank you, Manel. We'll proceed to the handbooks changes, and we will go through EPSA Advocacy Platform Handbook, Alumni Handbook, Archive Handbook, Corporate and FT Handbook, Events Handbook, House Handbook, Library Handbook, Liaison Secretary Handbook, Mentoring Project Handbook, Reports Handbook, Team Handbook, Training Project Handbook, and TweetNet Handbook. The executive proposed the motion reading the 67th EPSA General Assembly approves the changes proposed by the EPSA executive to the following handbooks: Advocacy Platform Handbook, Alumni Handbook, Archive Handbook, Corporate Identity Handbook, Events Handbook, House Handbook, Library Handbook, Liaison Secretary Handbook, Mentoring Project Handbook, Reports Handbook, Team Handbook, Training Project Handbook, TweetNet Handbook. So I'm opening floor for discussion on this motion, so you can ask whatever you want of all these documents before you proceed to vote. Is there any, okay, BPHD Germany?
Nina, BPHD Germany. We have one question for the library handbook. As far as we understood, you want to delete the commenting rights for the minutes, right? Because then we think that also the term except for minutes should be deleted, because right now it would read license takers should have viewing rights only except for minutes, which can be a bit misleading because it can sound like we will not be able to view the minutes at all. So we just think that that part should also be deleted when you want to delete the where they should have commenting rights.
Manuel?
No, President, then give me just 1 second for us to discuss in the executive and we'll get back to you.
Thank you. Well,
Madam President, the executive would like to amend the regulation changing the library handbook to exactly also delete, to delete also except for minutes so that it makes sense. Thank you for pointing it out.
thank you, Manal. Is there any other comments or questions regarding the handbooks? I see none. So, Manal,
Madam President, did I close the floor for discussion on this motion?
thank you. And now we will proceed on voting on motion reading the 67th EPSA General Assembly approves the amended changes proposed by the EPSA Executive to the following handbooks. EPSA Advocacy Platform Handbook, Alumni Handbook, Archive Handbook, Corporate Identity Handbook, Met Handbook, House Handbook, Library Handbook, Malaysian Secretary Handbook, Mentoring Project Handbook, Reports Handbook, Team Handbook, Training Project Handbook, and QNet Handbook. Is there any abstentions? Who is voting against? And who is voting in favor? Thank you. We have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 27 votes for, and this motion is carried unanimously. Now we are moving to member LS handbook changes. We have first change proposed by APEC Portugal and seconded by LAPSA Latvia, LPSA Latvia, sorry. And before I open floor for discussion, I will ask proposer to state their motivation, then seconder as well. Upper Portugal.
With APF Portugal. So this proposal of change is just because I have one question. So I have to read the motivation in yellow, or I can explain it like informal. Why you want?
Just explain.
Okay. So this proposal of change is to not to add more work to the LSs, just to explain what LSs can do regarding the public health and social services area. And yeah, so when a new LS comes to read this LS handbook, can know what they can do.
Thank you, Apple. So I will ask LPSA Latvia.
Anna, LPSA Latvia, and with this change, we just think that it will reflect the current practice better. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm opening floor for discussion now on the motion that 67 EPSA General Assembly adopts the changes to the LS handbook as proposed by the members. And Madam?
Madam President, The executive supports this regulation change partially. We believe the added clarification is important to DLSs and will help streamline the initiatives between EPSA and the members in terms of public health and social services. With this said, we still believe it to be important for the regulations to mandate the reporting from the part of DLSs on the work done by the member associations on the topic of PHSS. So we would like to propose to maintain the previous wording of must.
Thank you, Manel. Upper Portugal.
APF, sorry, with APF Portugal, yes, we accept the, sorry, accept this proposal of the executive. Thank you. Can we do the amendment?
Yes. Great. So, is there any other comments to this motion? I can see none. Someone else?
Now, President, I close the floor for discussion on this motion.
Thank you, Manel, and we will proceed on voting on the 67th EPSA General Assembly adopts the changes to the LS handbook as proposed by the members. Is there any abstentions? Who is voting against? And who is voting for? Okay, thank you. We have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 27 votes for. This motion is carried unanimously. And now we will proceed on our next point on the agenda, and this is the open calls for events. We have in the future, this is like Autumn Assembly, Annual Congress, Summer University, Annual Congress 2026, Autumn Assembly 2026. So if there is anyone of association who wants to host any event, so feel free to raise the point. And Manel?
Now, President, I'm going to propose to move this point a little bit down the agenda because Dina has still not come to the GA to have it. So if you are comfortable, we could potentially move already to the applications for ordinary and associative membership.
Thank you, Manel. So we are moving to applications for ordinary members, associate membership 2. This is another point in the agenda. And Bulgarian Association of Students Pharmacists, ASFB. We have technical from EPSA. No, it's this one. Okay, great. So, Bulgaria Association of Students Pharmacists, ASFB. Please join me here for a bit. Thank you. And I will just...
That's our presentation, not theirs.
Hello everyone, thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's truly been a pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Victoria Panayotova and I'm the secretary of the Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. And this is Alexandra Kirillova, one of our most active members. The Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria was founded more than 10 years ago in Medical University Plovdiv. And some of our goals include increasing the knowledge of students about careers and trends in the pharmacy practice, improving organizational and leadership skills of students, supporting our fellow colleagues in navigating their early careers, engaging in professional organizations, and also developing their practical, social, and scientific skills. In the past 3 years, our association has truly grown its activity and impact in the community, from 30 to 150 active volunteers, constant opportunities for students, and weekly events. Some of our core values are continuity, sustainability between generations, between professors and students, which is the bridge that we aim to build. So, who are we? Our current management board consists of 9 people. All of us are in different parts of our education. Our president is Nikolai Dobrev, who is a 5th-year pharmacy student. Every one of us has our own responsibilities and valuable role that contributes to the well-being of the association. We are proud to be the host of weekly events and diverse initiatives in our university. Our association is actively working and participating in 4 Erasmus and European Solidarity Corps projects. We also organize and participate in regional and national congresses, workshops, and events, which is a possibility for students to get out of the classroom and get the practical skills they need. We are also part of local pharmaceutical education events. Our association is truly proud to be supported for all of its events by Medical University Plovdiv and also by our professional guests from the pharmacy field and industry.
Here are some of our successes. Association of Student Pharmacists Plovdiv, Bulgaria is an active participant every year in the Bulgarian Pharmaceutical Days. We are proud to support our successful and inspiring members in their academic endeavors. They have the opportunities to participate in prestigious congresses like International Biomedical Congress and to also present their scientific researches about ginkgo biloba in Germany. Moreover, we are a part of the project Mentor Your Future with a local NGO, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Bulgaria. Our activities don't stop here. One of our biggest goals is to support our colleagues in developing their practical skills. We are passionate about helping and being part of the community. During the event Destination Health, we measured blood pressure and blood sugar for 2 days, and more than 300 people used the opportunity to check their health. Our association works with one of the biggest pharmacy chains in Plovdiv. Its CEO is often our guest and talks about her truly amazing experience. After each lecture, students are more motivated and inspired to be the change makers in the pharmacy field. We also find it important for our development to be aware of the cosmetology picture, therefore we actively work with Babel.
Some of our other events include, for example, celebration of World Health Day, which is an event actually organized by the 4 associations, pharmacy associations in Bulgaria. We gave out apples during the same day in 4 different cities. Also, we are proud that this semester the Faculty of Pharmacy in Plovdiv has a Fulbright American professor from St. John's University in New York City who quickly became an important and inspiring part of the students' lives. The workshop Voice for Us managed to explain to our students how important it is to be an active citizen of your country and the world, and it brought awareness about the European elections this year. We also create workshops for mental health and stress and how to balance the busy life of student pharmacists. These are some of the companies in pharmacy field we work with, both Bulgarian and international. Here are some more cosmetology events. One of the most special projects we created this year was Path to Success. We invited young pharmacists who just begun their career to talk about their challenges, successes, and strengths. And then we invited already established pharmacists to talk about the big successes, the big challenges, and the strengths that they acquired. This gave students the feeling that everything is possible for a young professional if you just put the work in. Our great success is that by the end of the year we received the prize for one of the most active associations in Plovdiv and Bulgaria. So Our next step is here, and it is called EPSA. This is the step that will help us provide what our members need the most: exposure to new practices, international experience, development of the pharmacy field, and how to be an active part of the European community. You may wonder why we're here. It's because we're motivated and we believe in our colleagues who, thanks to the EPSA experience, could become the best version of themselves. Thank you.
Thank you. So, if there is any questions, BPHSA Bulgaria.
Are members of your association allowed to also become members of BPHSA Sofia?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Are members of your association allowed to become also members of other association like BPHSA Sofia?
Okay, I understand your question. In Bulgaria, the organization is kind of different. So all of the associations are separate from each other, and we have our own members. We don't have a national association because there's no requirement for that. So that is why we're applying in this way. Every association has regional events and regional management boards. And also our own members. So we are part of the Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv.
Thank you. BPHSA Bulgaria.
Nadezhda BPHSA Sofia, Bulgaria. Have you ever talked about any kind of collaborations with BPHSA regarding EPSA before?
I don't think so. While I've been in the management board, I have not been aware of that. But I want to mention that the associations for the past 3 years actually started collaborating with each other, which is a very great step that we took upon. We organize every year, 2 times a year, a student forum. And every time is in a different city. So all 4 associations actually participate, and we have a joint and collaborative event from 3 years now. So I think this is a good beginning of our collaboration. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you. MPSA Malta.
Michael MPSA Malta. From your association's point of view, what is the main reason there hasn't been like a formation of just one national Bulgarian association, and rather they've sort of stayed separate to each other?
Can you just repeat the question? I'm sorry.
From your organization's point of view, what's the reason there hasn't been the formation of one Bulgarian association that represents all students in Bulgaria rather than like each faculty having their own separate ones? And yeah, does that make sense?
Victoria, Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. I think that's because there's just no requirement for that. Everyone works separately, and it's supported by its own university. So it just I don't like in the beginning. It didn't when I was not part. I guess it didn't make sense to create a national association because for that we would have to have a national management board, and we don't have that. That is why we're like that or organized like that. Thank you.
Thank you. BPHSA Bulgaria.
Are you aware that BPHSA Bulgaria is already represented? It's already represent 2 of 5 faculties of pharmacy in Bulgaria.
Thank you for the question, but before you speak, please state your name.
Nadezhda.
Victoria, Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Yes, I'm aware. I know, and that's in Sofia, I believe. In the other towns where we study pharmacy, so Plovdiv, Varna, and Pleven, Unfortunately, we don't know about like EPSA opportunities, like how to participate in events. So that is why we're doing this. I'm aware of the two faculties that you represent, but unfortunately, we don't know about like other opportunities that we could provide to our students. Thank you.
Thank you. BPHSA.
Nadezhda, BFSA Bulgaria. In one of your documents regarding representation, it said that none of the faculties of pharmacy in Bulgaria is represented in EPSA, which is a wrong statement as BFSA has been a member since 2008.
Thank you. Is there any other points? Okay, Anne France.
Gabrielle France, how do you expect your voice to be heard in the association if you do not consider collaboration with other Bulgarian associations? Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for the question. We would love to become like EPSA members exactly because of the collaboration, because I feel like students in Plovdiv need exactly this, like to get in touch with like other international students and become really part of the European community. However, like we don't get informed about like those events, like the EPSA events. That is why we're trying to become a part, and we are also starting to collaborate in like with the other, with all four associations, like the event that I told you about, also the event about celebrating World Health Day. During the forum it was discussed, like the student forum we had, and everybody agreed to organize it on the same day. It was organized separately, but it's the same event that happened in four cities. So this is a start of our collaboration, and we are open to do that. And we would be very grateful if that could happen also in EPSA. Thank you. I hope I answered the question.
Thank you, Victoria. BPHSA Bulgaria.
Have you contacted us for information about EPSA events?
Victoria, at least not from my side. Like it's not part of my responsibilities. I follow apps and I know about the like the events, but if you want to represent us, I feel like you would have to inform us about the events.
Thank you. BPHSA Bulgaria.
Why haven't you contacted us? We don't have to represent you. Like, we don't have to contact you if you want to become a member of EPSA, because this is your wish.
That is why we are applying, in order to collaborate and become part of the European community. That is why.
Thank you. PPSA Poland.
Aneta, PPSA Poland, do you think in the future it would be possible to merge with PPHSA Bulgaria and form one national association, since they could inform you about the events and everything that's happening in EPSA, and it would be beneficial to your student as well to collaborate and learn from each other as one association? You don't have to have national board, as SPSA Slovakia doesn't have one, and they represent Košice as well as Bratislava. It would be beneficial to have one, but we don't have to do that. Thank you.
Victoria, Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Thank you for your question. I believe that according to Bulgarian legislature about like NGOs, this is how it should be organized. I could investigate that, but that's from what I know and from what I checked before. We would need to have that in order to function in that way. I know there have been talks about organizing this type like of national association, but at this point I don't think that's possible just because of like the situation in Bulgaria. We just started functioning well in that way, so I feel like we just need more time. So as of right now, I think it would be more beneficial for our students to be represented in this way in order to have more opportunities. And I really believe that we could also like bring something to the table. Thank you. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you, Victoria. Is there any other questions to? Okay, first we have EPSA Turkey, then MPSA Malta. Point of information, please. Sorry, point of information.
So yeah, just real quick. So at MPC Online, I just wanted to make absolutely clear everybody knows we're talking about associate membership. Okay, I think we did mention that very clearly. So associate membership. Thank you.
Thank you. EPSA Turkey.
Ceren, you've seen Turkey. So you said about you didn't hear about the EPSA before, and now you want to be a membership from there. And if you have the membership, what are your certain plans to make EPSA known in the other students, all students in your country? Do you have more specific plans for it? Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your question, Victoria, Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. I've known personally about EPSA, and I've talked to a lot of my colleagues, and we just really want to become members. And our plan for like giving the word out to other students in our faculty is to constantly try to do connected EPSA events. I've heard all about it and I've learned about it during this GA, which I'm very grateful for. So just basically like also informative lectures. When we go to a certain event, then we can do like informative lecture, what we did, what we learned, what is happening in Europe. So like those type of events. And then I hope when we like get more experience in the European community, maybe organize also like a big event. That's also something that we have experience in, just like in Bulgaria, but we have a lot of experience organizing different type of workshops. So students know about it, they need to learn more about it, and also about what's happening in the pharmacy field in Europe. So we're very motivated to bring awareness about all that. Thank you. I hope I answered the question.
Thank you. MPSA Malta.
Michael MPSA Malta, do you think your application for EPSA might sort of harm the current, wait, I forgot the word, might sort of harm the current collaboration between Bulgarian associations, and do you see like it being a problem for collaboration in the future?
Thank you for your question, Victoria, Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv. No, I don't think it should harm any of the collaborations we already created. We just want the same opportunities, and just we want to also develop and really like give what we can to our students as well. So I don't think it should harm any of the collaborations we already created, because they're separate and it's for different events. And I feel like everybody in the country who studies pharmacy needs to have this opportunity because it's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. BPHSA Bulgaria.
Nadezhda, BFSA Bulgaria. Don't you think that such poor communication between Bulgarian associations would affect negatively the Bulgarian students?
Thank you for the question, Victoria, Association of Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. No, because we communicate well regarding other events and workshops. I think that we're doing very well with our other initiatives that are collaborative. Okay.
Thank you. BPHSA Bulgaria. Okay, yeah.
The communication when we found out that you applied to EPSA, we found out through the documents in the GA agenda. I don't think that's a good communication.
Thank you, BPHSA Bulgaria. Next one we have.
Thank you. During the last forum in autumn, that was in Sofia, I think it was discussed with all management boards in Sofia. When we had the forum with all the other students, the management boards of the four associations gathered and were informed that Varna and Plovdiv are going to apply this year to become associate members of EPSA. Thank you.
Thank you, technical team.
Yes, Tim Pisiam, I'd like to ask everybody to formulate the questions, ask questions to the to the applicants, not just statement, but just formulating in a way that they can give an answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tim. PPSA Poland.
Hola, PPSA Poland. What is, in your opinion, the most valuable project or activity that EPSA does that would benefit your students the most? Thank you.
So it would be a cliche to say, Victoria, as of Plovdiv, I think it would be a cliche to say that all of them, but I'm actually like impressed by everything EPSA does. I feel like for a start, it would be very beneficial and valuable for students to participate, for example, in a summer university, because in that way they can like meet all type of cultures, which would be new for most of the students in Plovdiv. So that would be like improving their social and also practical skills, I believe. And then, of course, like the annual assemblies and all that, I think that would also be like very valuable for our students to be informed about everything that happens in the pharmacy field in Europe. So, but I would say the summer university for a start. I hope I answered the question. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Gibson. Okay, BPHSA. Gibson. Gibson, Turkey.
Begum, Evening Turkey, just to clarify, since you didn't consider to represented by BPHSA, what do you think, what will be your biggest contribution if you become associate members and sit here in EPSA, GA, or in general? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Victoria, as from Plovdiv. So I think what we can contribute the most with is our experience in organizing all types of different events. All of our students are very motivated, both in scientific and social way. They have great successes, and we want to just give them even like more opportunities. So I think that would be a great contribution, and we also have experience working with European organizations and NGOs in Bulgaria. So I think that would be a plus, and I hope that would contribute to the EPSA. Thank you.
Thank you. BPHSA Bulgaria.
Nadezhda, BFSA Bulgaria. How do you plan to collaborate with BFSA since as ordinary members will need to represent you in case you become members?
Victoria, Association Student Pharmacists in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. I hope we just like get emails, talk, like keep in touch in order to find out about the events, about the developments that are happening, what's been discussed. I hope in that way, and of course we will be responsive.
Thank you. Is there any other questions to ASP? Okay, thank you a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Dylan or Yamur, can someone go with them outside because we need to So congratulations for becoming associate member. Thank you so much. Now we will move to the next slide. And the next association, this is APSV Bulgaria. So please join me here.
Dear Board of Directors of EPSA, dear ODs, dear participants, thank you for having us here. We're very grateful. So we're representing our association, the Association of Pharmacy Students in Varna. I'm Christo, Vice President, External Affairs. This is Elif, Vice President, Internal Affairs. So, yeah, let us talk you through our university. This is our main building, the rectorate. We're very proud to announce that by UniRank standards, we're the #1 medical university in the whole country. This is the medical college, the University Medical Dental Center, the Faculty of Pharmacy, of course, and we have 3 actually specialized university hospitals. These are only 2 of them, but yeah. So, the Museum of Medicine, where the pharmacy and medical students learn about more of the medicinal and pharmaceutical profession throughout the years. You can see our vintage style pharmacy. The only one in the country medical university television, which broadcasts students' achievements, other notable events connected with the university. Also, we are very proud to have yachts for marine research mostly, but recreational events as well from time to time. And we have many scientific journals. These are only 6 of them with the highest impact factor. The student life. As you can see, we have a lot of teams, a lot of extracurricular activities, a lot of gold medals. And what is interesting is that we have a theatrical group. Yeah, we're very art-oriented. So, yeah, more about our faculty. Last year we commemorated 15 years of the foundation of our faculty, and we have won the prestigious award of Building of the Year 2015. And on the left-hand side, you can see some of our students doing their pharmacy thing. So, we're very proud to announce you that we have 3 food supplements in collaboration with the the Faculty of Medicine, of course, and we are the only medical university to have its own university hospitals, its own university pharmacies, which serve as opportunities for career paths. And what is also interesting, on the right-hand side, we have the first in Bulgaria robot MDR for dissolving cytostatic drugs, which is in the St. Marina University Hospital. By the way, we have interns there as well, so yeah, off to you.
That's some of our annual symposiums and forums that are held by our faculty. So that's the structure of our association. On the top of it is the General Assembly, as it has the biggest role. It chooses the management board, and the management board consists of chairman, vice chairperson, internal affairs, external affairs, PR, campaign manager, secretary general, and responsible person for scientific activity and pharmaceutical science. That's the current board of directors. Biljana Kostadinova, who is responsible person for scientific activity and pharmaceutical science, is going to be the future EPSA contact person.
The General Assembly is held at least once a year. We held it every month, and is the supreme body of our association. It chooses, it makes decisions on every topic that's important for us. The annual budget is a big topic. We receive our budget through Students' Council, and they receive it through the Medical University in Varna. They held 1% of their budget, which is around 190,000 euros for this current year. And within our budget, we use the Medical University's bank account. That's the list of faculties that we are not representing. That's our event calendar that we had made. Those are the events we had during our time in the management board. We didn't include all of them because we have more than 70 events. Some of them too. You can see we have Teddy Bear Hospital, which is a really interesting thing. We usually make it in collaboration with the medical students, but we have our edition, which is kind of a kindergarten edition, and we go to the smallest kids and inform them about the healthcare. Those are the events at glance. You can see our annual event for the Day of the Health. We actually proposed every other association to do it together, and we're really glad that they joined us.
Thank you for considering our application. Thanks.
Thank you. So now, if you have any questions, okay, we have EPSA Turkey and EPSA, sorry.
Selam Türkiye, thank you for your presentation. We have a question about the number of pharmacy students in your country. Since the documents in and your association doesn't match, you mentioned that you represent the pharmacy students in your country is 2,000, and they mentioned that it was more than 300. So which one is the correct? So we want to this clarification. Thank you.
Christo APSV, thank you for the question. Well, this is an approximate number, and I think that the close to 2,000 is more correct because we have 5 faculties in the country. So our a whole course, one average course is maybe between 70 or 100 people, and we have 5 years of study. So yeah, it's maybe around 500 students per faculty, but not all of them graduate. So it might be around 400 times the 5 faculties. So yeah, thank you. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Any further? Okay, we have EPSA Finland.
Lisa, EPSA Finland, first of all, thank you very much for your lovely presentation. Do you see your organization organizing some EPSA events in the future? And if so, would you try your best to organize some events related with yachts? Thank you.
Elif, Asif Bulgaria. So we actually talked with our president of the association. You can see her in the presentation if I can touch it. Okay. Right now, we think about organizing the atom assembly, and she said that we can do that. She's searching for hotels right now and conference rooms, but we have something in mind, and we have to talk to our dean when we go back. She's the person with the money.
and she helps us get the budget for everything we want, basically. And our dean is also really supportive. I can show you him too. He's on the slides. And so we can get some conference rooms for free. We have to talk to him and to give us some of the rooms in the faculty. And yeah, it can be done. And for the acts, we have to ask him.
Thank you. BPHSA, Bulgaria.
Nadezhda, BFSA Bulgaria. BFSA has been representing Bulgaria as an ordinary member since 2008. Do you think you will contribute to EPSA as an associate member more than if you collaborate with BFSA?
So, Elif Asifeve, Bulgaria. Regarding collaboration with your association, we have tried that. As far as I know, you are in the association just for a year. I have been in that position for 5 years now. And as for collaboration and information from you, we don't get any. Even for the annual scientific forums you organize, for the forums we organize, we personally send you emails about them. You never reply or send us back some of them. And for the EPSA, we learned, yeah, should I start talking?
No, it's so technical that anything we discuss is general about the association.
Yeah.
Nothing personal about it.
Yeah, it's not personal. I don't have anything personal for her. I just met her. So yeah, about the EPSA events, I understood about them from a person that held the position, a responsible person for pharmaceutical science. After that, I held the position, and now I held another position in the association. But I have never heard about EPSA from you guys.
Thank you. BPHSA.
We're sure that we've never received such emails. Do you think it's okay to lie to get into EPSA?
Sorry? The technical, okay.
Yes, let's try to keep it with facts and civil. I understand the thing you're saying, but do you know what I mean? I get it. Yes, yes. Okay, you can state the fact that that this has not happened, but like saying.
If it's not happened, then they say it's happened, that's a lie.
We know, but we try to interpret that as an opinion. But you can state it and just please the information. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so Crystal, APSB, as team urged us, please keep the conversation civil, and I will reply to you as politely as possible. If you want me to personally show you the emails, I can in the break. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. BPSA.
Aneta, BPSA Poland, thank you for your lovely presentation. Apart from BPHSA Bulgaria, as we just accepted APHSB Plurif to be an associate member, did you think about collaborating with them or with the other faculty that you don't represent and is not represented in EPSA at the moment to form like one association and try to collaborate, because we clearly can see that you don't have good communication with BPHSA, but maybe it would be beneficial for your students to have the collaboration with other associations. Thank you.
Crystal, APSA, thank you for the question. Yes, of course, We try to keep the collaboration as close as possible. We have joint events. We've mentioned them. This campaign we had on the 7th of April, around the 7th of April, for the World Healthcare World Day. We did it together. This campaign is to promote the healthy lifestyle amongst the citizens, and we gave out leaflets with healthy tips in them and a green apple. And that was proposed by us on the last National Students Forum, which was held in Sofia. Also, we're really trying to be as useful for our students, and we had this round table, and all of the association's board members, board directors, they sat down on the table and we talked and we proposed joint events, and we are happy to see them come true. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further? We have BPHSA. Okay.
Nadezhda, BFSA Bulgaria. First of all, I would love you to show me the documents, but I would really prefer it if you can show it to everyone, but since you can't. So, what values that EPSA supports do you think your organization brings when they join?
Thank you.
Well, Christo, APSB Bulgaria, we try to be as inclusive as possible, and we want to represent our students. So what EPSA values? I would say that the international interest of our students, the need for them to be represented the way everyone here is. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. MPSA Malta.
Michael, MPSA Malta, do you see the possibility of further collaboration with other Bulgarian associations in the future, and the possibility of maybe a united Bulgarian front in EPSA in the future as well?
Please be aware that not repeat the questions for the future, because it's already being asked by PPSA, but you can.
Christo, FSB Bulgaria, thank you for that question. Well, as explained by our lovely colleagues, they mentioned that by statute we only represent our students, and I say this is unfortunate, but that's how our legislation and law works, and it might seem as we're divided, but we try our best to be as united as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there any further question? Okay, BPHSA.
So, you said, Nadezhda, BFSA Bulgaria, you said that one of your values is inclusion. Then why is that it's forbidden for other associations to join yours, since BFSA accepts students from all other associations?
Thank you, BPHSA.
So you asked me if associations can join your association. I think your statute doesn't allow that too. But I know that students can join your association. Students can join our association too. And they can be part of your association and our association and their association. They can be part of as many associations they want to be part of. And our statute gives them that right. We don't say to them, you have to be part only from our association. They can do whatever they want. It's not obligatory to be part of one association and to be excluded from another.
Thank you so much, but please be more perspective, not texting. Okay. Okay.
We have time.
Yes. Thank you. It's proposed by Bishop and seconded by Asa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now I will just ask you to leave and technical minute.
Now, President, we need to vote on the 9.3 first. And they should, BPHSA should also vote on the 9.3 and say anything they want to.
So sorry. We need to first vote on the 9.3. So sorry. My fault. Now we will vote first open floor for discussion 9.3. Okay, and we will proceed voting on the 9.3. Now.
Now, President, if there are no points on the 9.3, I will close the floor for discussion on this motion.
Thank you, Manel, and we will proceed voting on 9.3. Is there any abstentions? Who is voting against? And who is voting in favor? Please, you need to. We have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 27 votes for. 9.3 is carried. Now we will proceed voting. I would ask all Bulgarians to leave the room. Please talk over the choice. I will, as I'm opening floor for discussion.
Dina, Events Coordinator in EPSA. The call are open for the Autumn Assembly 2024, the Annual Congress 2025, the Summer University 2025, the Autumn Assembly 2025, the Annual Congress 2026, and the Autumn Assembly 2026. I want to add also 2 points of information. For the Autumn Assembly, the first one, in few months, they will have a possibility to do a smaller event. It's still in discussion. Any official information have been sent, but it's still in discussion and we will come to you. It can be, for example, something like this GA. So I want to explain this in order, if there are some association interested in this, they can start now to think about it, to contact their member, etc. And the second point of information is that you can see that I didn't put the SU for the 2026. Is because as we discussed during this GA, they will have an analyze on the HAS SU. So for the moment, we don't open the call, and we will see after the next executive, etc. We'll see after. So, is there any association interested in hosting this event? I want to add that if you raise your hand or if you say that you're interested, it's not an engagement, it's only to show your interest. Okay, so
Is it for the Autumn Assembly this year?
for all the events, well, any event.
First, direct from.
Do you want to say something or do you have interest?
Caterina, as Faisy, we are interested to organize the Autumn Assembly 2025.
Thank you.
Yes.
Team?
Technical.
Ramon?
Clément, IT coordinator, can you please talk in the mic for the stream?
Okay.
Repeat it
Just
for the stream, please.
Caterina, ISPA Italia. We are interested to organize Autumn Assembly for 2025.
Thank you. Next one was Georgia. We have technical again. From. Okay, raise technical.
Pauline in France, would it be possible to know for each event and like every time? Thank you.
Okay, so I will read Dina, events coordinator, so I will read each event by each event. So the first one, the Autumn Assembly next year, this year. Is anyone interested can raise your hand. Okay. The next one, is anyone interested? Oh.
Madam President, I think for clarity, if you're interested, please, for any of the events, after Dina reads them, please put a new point and state it so that the whole GA can know. And it's also better for organizing. Thank you.
Okay, so I will read again the first one. Is anyone interested in the first event?
Lisa, GPSA Georgia. We are interested to hold autumn assembly in 2024. Thank you.
Michael and PSA Malta, we're interested in the possibility of holding the autumn assembly in 2024.
We're also interested in holding the autumn assembly in 2024 in Varna, Bulgaria.
Okay. Dina, events coordinator. Is anyone interested in the annual Congress 2025?
Gabriel, ANEF France. ANEF is, well, we are actually currently looking for building the RC, and we may have the hostel and venue. Currently, we are in a good way to build the annual Congress 2025, and we hope you are looking forward to it too. And well, we'll see. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. And PSA Malta.
Michael and PSA Malta, we're also interested in hosting the annual Congress in 2025.
PSA the Netherlands.
Okay, in Netherlands. We're also interested in potentially hosting the annual Congress. We're currently investigating if we can actually host an event in 2025, but still a little uncertain financially.
Gabriel, ANEF France, yes, but our event will be less expensive. Thank you.
Dina, Evans coordinator. Is anyone interested in hosting the Summer University 2024-5?
Lisa, GPSA Georgia. We're interested to hold the Summer University 2025. So it's cheapest one.
Dina, Evans coordinator. Is anyone interested in organizing the Autumn Assembly 2025?
Okay, in Netherlands. Just to be on the record, yeah, we're also interested in doing the Autumn Assembly of 2025. But same reasons as I just stated before, we're not certain about finances. Yeah.
Thank you.
I speak Italy, same thing. We are interested to organize Autumn Assembly 2025.
Dina, Evans coordinator. Is anyone interested in organizing the annual Congress 2026?
Lizzie, GPSA Georgia. It will be a pleasure for us to hold this.
Okay. Autumn Assembly 2026. Thank you very much. Okay, so Denial Coordinator, thank you very much, and it will be a pleasure for me to help you and support you to create the bid and to find solution if you have individual issues in your country. I'm here for this, and that's it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Dina. And we are ahead of agenda, so maybe we will take point from the other session that will be member motions. And if you agree, please raise your motion cards.
Yes, Team DCM1. So at the moment it is 10:40 and the coffee break is scheduled from 11. And we don't really see the need to, well, we can go earlier, but the coffee won't be ready yet. So we propose that we will continue with the member motions until 11 and we'll have the coffee break then and then continue with the member motions afterwards. If everybody's in agreement, please put up your green motion card. Yes, amazing. Thank you. Look, then we'll continue.
So we'll proceed to the member motions, and we have first one proposed by PPHD Germany, seconded by Anne France, reading the 67th EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA executive to revise and, if needed, update the current EPSA contract templates. If the needed competencies are not available within the team, legal support should be considered. The revision of possible updates should include, but are not limited to, a defined place of jurisdiction as a severability clause, amendment provisions, and a clear definition of the parties. Furthermore, an evaluation whether UN, CISG, or local law should apply for all contracts should be done. This shall be achieved and the results shall be presented by the 69th General Assembly the latest. Before we proceed to the bullshit.
Bullshit, nice.
Thank you. So before we proceed to discussion, I will ask proposer and seconder to state their motivation. So BPHD Germany.
Nina, BPHD Germany. You can read the full motivation in the motion template. We would just like to say that we believe it's very important to have good contracts, and in order to save time and be more efficient in the future, it's very essential to have good contract templates. Yeah, so we'll propose on this motion.
Thank you, BPHD. Anne France.
Gabrielle and France, I'm not going to repeat, but I just wanted to mention that we believe that the help of the legal agency could be relevant. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, and I'm opening the floor for discussion on this motion. Manel.
Madam President, the Executive is in full support of this motion, as we think it is important to establish a solid legal basis for the association. Additionally, since in parallel another investigation into the legal aspects of the EPSA internships and visas is underway, we feel like it is a good time to complete such research with the potential help of a legal advisor. Thank you.
Thank you, Manel. Do we have any other comments on this motion?
In that case, Madam President, I close the floor for discussion on this motion.
Thank you, Manel, and we will proceed on the motion reading, voting on the motion reading. The 67 EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA executive to revise and, if needed, update the current EPSA contract templates. If the needed competencies are not available within the team, legal support should be considered. The revision of possible updates should include, but are not limited to, a defined place of jurisdiction, a severability clause, amendment provisions, and a clear definition of the parties. Furthermore, an evaluation whether UN, CISG, or local law should apply for all contracts should be done. This shall be achieved and results shall be presented by the 69th General Assembly, the latest. So, is there any abstentions? Who is who's voting against? And who is voting in favor? We have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 27 votes for. And this motion is carried unanimously. We move to the next one, proposed by BPSA Poland and seconded by KPSV the Netherlands, reading the motion that 67th EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA team to conduct an investigation into relocating the grant coordinator position to the External Relations Department. The relocation should allow for the grant coordinator to research grant opportunities as well as help with the VPER's workload. This should be done by closely consulting the Vice President of External Relations and the Vice President of European Affairs and the alumni. The outcomes of this investigation should be presented to the 68th General Assembly, and I will ask PPSA Poland, then KPSA the Netherlands to state the invitation.
Hola, PPSA Poland. I believe you could see more further explanation as to my motivation in the motion. But just to briefly explain to you, we still believe that grant coordinator position is essential to the team. But due to long waiting to see the results of grants, we believe that losing the motivation during the work can be demotivating. What did I say?
Thank you. Okay.
Sorry, I had a brain fart. Anyways, just to conclude, we believe the position is crucial, and yeah, that's it. Sorry.
KPSV?
Okay, PSV, I don't really think I have a lot to add. I think it's rather clear. I just want to maybe add one thing, that it's also like the workload of like research. Applying for grants was also like mentioned in several reports of the team, and they said it was like rather annoying to do, and I think so we should really just do this motion.
Thank you, KPSV, and now I'm opening floor for discussion on this motion.
Manel, President, the executive supports this motion. Although recently a thorough investigation into the restructuring of the EPSA team was concluded, we are not opposed to investigating this once again, taking into consideration the recent changes in the grant and funding opportunities available to EPSA. Thank you.
Thank you, Manel. Is there any other comments on this motion? Anne France?
Gabrielle Anne France. After consultation with our members, we have doubts about the relevance of moving the grant coordinator from one department to another. It seems to us that this would add to the VPER's workload rather than take away from it. What's more, we feel that he has the rightful place in the EA department, which is involved in all aspects of EPSA's work. This makes sense for a coordinator who has to work with different members of the team, training, education, etc. But since an investigation is not binding in any way, we will vote abstention. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Direct from out of Portugal. Okay, KPSV first, sorry.
All cocaine PSV. It's an investigation, so if like we do like if your doubts are confirmed by the investigation and they don't have to move it at all, so I don't see why that could be an outcome of the investigation. So I still suggest we still do it, see what happens, and then we can move from there.
Out of Portugal.
So, considering Anap's concerns,
I wanted to ask the executive and especially Kate, what are your opinions on transferring the portfolio and what it would do to the. I know you said your opinion a bit ago, but what about the workload of the PER? If it would be heavier or lighter or the same? Thank you.
Hello.
Madam President, as we stated before, this is only an investigation and is not binding. We don't feel comfortable at this point to make or take any conclusions of if it's good or not to do this change. If you vote for this motion, we will investigate it. If you don't vote for this motion, we might investigate it regardless. But yeah, it's not something binding and we don't feel comfortable at this point giving you any more information if we are in favor or not of this potential change. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other comments from your point? In Sweden, the ship is.
I'll go games, you know, that's just another question to expect. Do you expect to be like, is the timeline sufficient to be able to like get a proper investigation done by the next, basically it's gonna be the next VA, with hand open everything. Do you think you could manage the like investigation?
No, President, thank you for the question. As we said in our opinion, we support this motion, so we are fine with the timeline that is written. Thank you.
Thank you, Manal. This is Slovenia.
Masha, the Shopper Slovenia. I just want to say that the Shopper supports this motion, but we would like to highlight that with the future investigation, there is need to clearly define the task of the VP, ER, and the grant coordinator regarding sponsors in order to maintain professionalism and avoid double contacting the same sponsor and partners.
Thank you, Shopper Slovenia. We don't have any further comments, so Manal? Anne France?
Gabrielle and France, just a clarification on our position. We had a discussion with Theo Favard, an alumni who was at the position of Kate before, so that's why we are voting abstention. This is not against the investigation. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. So the last chance for any other comments? No.
No, President, if there are no other points on this motion, I will close the floor for discussion on said motion.
Thank you, Manal, and we will proceed on the motion reading the 67 EPSA General Assembly mandates the EPSA team to conduct an investigation into relocating the grant coordinator position to the External Relations Department. The relocation should allow for the grant coordinator to research grant opportunities as well as help with the VPER's workload. This should be done by closely consulting the Vice President of External Relations and the Vice President of European Affairs and Alumni. The outcomes of this investigation should be presented to the 68th General Assembly. And is there any abstentions in this motion? We have two. Who is voting against? And who is voting in favor? We have 0 vote against, 2 abstentions, and 25 votes for, and this motion is carried. So, yes, now we will proceed to break, but before break, We will do roll call now.
Madam President, if you're comfortable with it as well, the next point in the agenda is the updated list of working statements, where we basically just vote on the updated list of working statements with the added motions that have been voted for in this GA. So we could also proceed to this vote. If you feel more comfortable doing it after the break, we can also do so. Okay, but then in that case, we'll do the vote.
So, reading the motion, the 67 EPSA General Assembly adopts the changes to the EPSA list of working statements as proposed by the executive. So I'm opening the floor for discussion on this motion. I see nothing now.
Just again to clarify, the document that you have in the GA package is the list of working statements as per the last GA. It has the comments done by the executive explaining the working statements that will either be changed or will stop functioning because their period has ended. And as soon as the GA ends and after out of office, we will update it in the new list of working statements with the motions that have been voted in the GA and share it with you as soon as possible. Thank you. And if there are no other points, Madam President, I close the floor for discussion on this motion.
Thank you, Manal. And we are proceeding to voting on the motion. The 67 EPSA General Assembly adopts the changes to the EPSA list of working statements as proposed by executive. Is there any abstentions? Who is voting against? And who is voting for? Thank you. We have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 27 votes for, and this motion is carried unanimously. Okay, so now I think we will proceed on to break. Yes, but before that, I will ask Dominika to do roll call.
Dominika Vipel performed the roll call. BPHSA Bulgaria, CPSA Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina delegated to CPSA Croatia, CIPSA Cyprus, ZPSA Czechia, FIPSA Finland, ANA France, BPHD Germany, ISPA Italy, LPSA Latvia, ISAB Lithuania delegated to LPSA Latvia, MPSA Malta, KMPSA the Netherlands, FEF Spain delegated to KMPSA the Netherlands, NOPSA Norway, SOP Denmark delegated to NOPSA Norway, BPSA Poland, AFA Austria delegated to BPSA Poland, IPSA Ireland delegated to BPSA Poland, APE Portugal, MPSA North Macedonia delegated to APE Portugal, FASA Romania, SPSA Slovakia, DSHS Slovenia, NAPSA Serbia delegated to DSHS Slovenia, ASOC Switzerland, IPSA Turkey, IPSA wasn't here. Dominika Vipel collected 27 voting cards.
Madam President, I suspend the standing orders.
Should I collect the other ones? Okay, you organize? Thank you so much.
Okay, so EPSA Cyprus, EPSA Czechia, EPSA Finland, Anna France,
Yes, that's better.
BPHD Germany, ISTA Italy, LPSA Latvia, SFD Lithuania delegated to LPSA Latvia, MPSA Malta, KNPSV the Netherlands, BEF Spain delegated to KNPSV the Netherlands, NOPSA Norway, SOP Denmark delegated to NOPSA Norway, PPSA Poland, AFA Austria delegated to PPSA Poland, IPSA Ireland delegated to PPSA Poland, AFA Portugal, and PSA North Macedonia delegated to AFA Portugal. Also for Romania, SPSA Slovakia, DSHPS Slovenia, NAPSTAR Serbia delegated to DSHPS Slovenia, ASA Switzerland, Ukraine, Turkey, UPSA Ukraine. Dominica VPA, there are 28 voting members present.
Now present, I resume the standing order.
Thank you, and we will proceed to our next point on the agenda, and this is the voting on the EPSA Best Collaboration Agreement. First, I will read the motion. The 67 EPSA General Assembly accepts the EPSA Best Collaboration Agreement, and I will ask executive to state the motivation, then I can just open for discussion.
Charlotte VPA, in order to enhance our collaboration with BEST, the Board of European Students of Technology, we decided to create this collaborative agreement. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte, and I'm opening floor for discussion on this motion. Mel?
Now present, then I close the floor for discussion on the motion.
Thank you, and we will take voting on the motion, reading the 67 EPSA General Assembly accepts the EPSA Best Collaboration Agreement. Is there any abstentions? Who is voting for? Well, against? And who is voting for? Thank you. We have 0 abstentions, 0 votes against, and 28 votes for, so this motion is carried unanimously. We'll move to the next point on the agenda, and this is Administrative Department 50 meeting report. We have President and Treasurer. We will start with Manel as President. So Manel,
President, just as explanation before we start these points, the way it goes is that we give you an update on the work that we have done since the writing of the reports until this moment, so that you're updated to the fullest on our work, and then the floor opens for you to ask any questions, either on the updates that we give you, or on the report itself, or any of the work that the person presenting has done throughout the mandate, or any questions that you have regarding their portfolio. And then now I'll read my updates, and you can ask me anything. Okay, so since the writing of my report, I had a meeting with the advocacy platform coordinator together with Dominica, VPIA. I continue working on the preparation of the General Assembly, supporting the executive in its organization. I finalized the withstanding procedures of the tribunal registration for the association. I contacted the member associations regarding their regulation proposals. I aided the parliamentary council with logistics of the elections to General Assembly. Finally, I also attended the Farmer Reuters 2024 conference in Barcelona, the EIPG General Assembly in Rome, the IPSF-CP and EPSA LS meeting, the 67th GA financial meeting, the LSs and APRs meeting, and the ODs meeting, the 50 meeting, and of course the 67th General Assembly. And yeah, he'll open the floor for questions.
I'm opening, yes, well, for discussion about Manel's report. Alef?
Gabrielle and France, thank you for your work first. And regarding the sector situation and the other resignations, what are your recommendations for the next mandate to handle this kind of situation, and what could be done to prevent it? Thank you.
Manel, President, thank you for your question. From my experience this mandate, I think that there are some things that we cannot change and that are not preventable. If a person that is doing work voluntarily no longer is able to do so and has any personal reasoning to not be able to do it so, we just have to accept it. And I want to just really highlight that we are students and should have a safe environment for people to say when they no longer are available. And I don't see the resignations as something bad. Of course, it disrupts the work that we did this mandate, but it also shows that in the team we had a safe environment where people were able to come forward and say, I am no longer able to do this. And in that regard, I am proud to have achieved this with my team, where we were comfortable to share our feelings in this way. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other questions for Manel? Slovenia?
Masha, the Shafisa Slovenia. Thank you for your report and your work. You mentioned the concept of the monthly updates. Can you describe more and how successful it was?
Manel, President, thank you for your question. This is a project that we're re-implementing. So in the past, it was that the team was supposed to write very lengthy monthly updates on their work. And what happened was, one, this was never shared with any of the member associations. It was just something internal for the team to read. But what really was in practice was that people used to write it and no one read it because it was very lengthy. So this year, after consulting with the team and discussing it in the town hall, after discussing it at the 30 meeting, we realized that this is something that we still want to implement, but in another fashion. So what we're doing now is to have monthly updates in sort of a bullet point fashion. And the first month that this was implemented was now in April, in the beginning of April. And we'll share it with you very soon from April onwards. Thank you.
Is there any other questions to Manel regarding this report? So, up Portugal.
Really Portugal. So, thank you for your report, all your work, all that stuff. So, I was wondering about the, I don't know if it's accountability or responsibility spreadsheet that was presented in the last GA. Is it still being implemented? How's it going? And has it been useful to track each person's responsibilities? Thank you.
Now, President, thank you for your question. Together with Dominica, we found that this was, and the rest of the executive as well, we discussed this, and we found that this was not depicting a clear picture of the work that people were doing. Sometimes the unavailabilities of people were accounted for and had reasoning behind it, but that was not shown just by numbers, and we felt like it didn't make that much sense to just present the numbers without any explanation behind it. So we dropped this for now, and we'll try to implement we'll try to implement another style of responsibility, because in this year we didn't have really big issues with this, and this was more of a recommendation from the past mandate. And if you have any questions on concrete things, we think that clear communication from your side is also a good practice, and for any questions we'll always be here to answer, and this will be better than just a spreadsheet with numbers. Sorry for the messy response.
Thank you, Manel. Is there any other addition to social media?
Masha, the Shepherd of Slovenia. I'm not sure that this is only your portfolio, but still, could you please explain what went wrong regarding the opening the bank account in France?
Manel, President, thank you for the question. I think this is something that I can elaborate on a little bit, yes. It's not fully my portfolio, but as President, I am involved in these things because I am required to, all the legal things, banks, etc. It's my responsibility as well. What happened was that we didn't really prioritize well the tasks that we had in this regard, and it fell a little bit out of our priorities. And with the rest of the workload that we had, we postponed it, and then it didn't really have the time to do it properly. And also with the removal from office of the grant coordinator, that also affected a little bit our organization in this regard, because we no longer knew if we had the resources necessary to write the application, and in that sense, the grant application, and in that sense, we didn't know any longer if it made sense to just open the bank account, which has costs, and it's a lengthy procedure administratively. We didn't know if it made fully sense, and then it was a little bit too late to do so.
Masha, the Shepherd of Slovenia. Do you still want or plan to open it? And do you have any concrete plan or timeline? When do you plan to do it?
Manel, President, yes, I discussed this with Katrini as well, and of course it will then become the next team's decision, but we want to prepare everything and help them through the process already in the handover period, so that this can be already achieved in the beginning of the mandate, while there's not a heavy workload on anyone necessarily. But we don't want to make the decision for the next year already, because again, it has costs, it's a long procedure, so we want to discuss this with the next executive during the handover procedure, and leave it also up to them with our recommendation in mind as well, but for them to have the final decision on it. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Any further questions?
In that case, thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll move to our treasurer, Katrini.
Katrini, Treasurer. Okay. Since the writing of my report, I had a financial meeting with the LSs. I attended the LS APR meetings and OD's meeting. I attended the 5th team meeting, finished the updates into financial documents, updated the 6th, 7th GA budget, had a meeting with the audit committee, liaised with one EPSA debtor, issued invoices for individual members, liaised with members association that didn't pay their membership fee, and prepared the EPSA book for the career fair during the 6th, 7th General Assembly.
Now I'm open floor for discussion. Any questions to continue after Portugal?
With APF Portugal, so Katrini, APF really wants to say that we are thankful for your work, and yeah.
Thank you, APF. And France.
France. We would like to genuinely congratulate you for your work, but also your dedication. You managed this year brightly, and even though we did not agree all the time, we still acknowledge all the efforts that you put into your mandate. For what we can see, you have a place of choice among this team. Thank you.
Catherine Treasure, thank you very much, Abed, for the recognition. This means a lot for me. And Annette. Okay, I was supposed to say Annette.
Local Games in the Netherlands. Well, thank you for your work and dedication. I will not go into that much detail since Anna perfectly summarized it. Anyway, I was more curious on like the LS financial meetings and how do you think like the turnout is right now, and if you would like change anything or give any recommendations to your successor.
Catherine Treasure. As I mentioned at the beginning of the last meeting, I was very, very happy because a few of the LSs know, but in the last GA, I had 2 financial meetings with the LSs, and the number of participants was like 5. And in the last one, since we had only 1, we had like almost 20, no, it was like 15 people in the meeting, and I was very happy to see that you were engaged, and I hope you were prepared for the meeting, and I hope that tomorrow we'll have very great discussions into the financial documents. So in my opinion, having only 1 meeting, it's better for the LSs to prepare themselves for only 1 meeting instead of 2. And this is something I want to prepare the next treasure for that during my handover, and also use the video that I recorded. But thank you for your question.
Thank you, Kathleen. Any other questions to Kathleen? Thank you. Manuel?
Manuel, President, although, as you could obviously see, you did not receive a report on the work of the Secretary General. If there are any questions that you want to ask regarding the portfolio or the position or anything, you can also do it now. And please feel comfortable to do so. Thank you.
Gabrielle Annette France, maybe this is not under the portfolio of the Secretary General, but more under the President. But why, this might sound a bit harsh, but I don't mean it. Why was Marta not removed from the office? Thank you.
Manuel?
Manuel, President, thank you for the question. In reality, although we pondered about this, and when a person is inactive, it is the procedure to undergo. Legally, we do need to have 3 people register in the tribunal, and since Marta allowed and is comfortable with staying registered in the tribunal, we will proceed this way, also to allow us to change the names in the bank. For all of those bureaucracies, we really do need a person in the place of the Secretary General, so that's why we decided against removing her from office.
Thank you, Manuel. Anyone else? Anything? That's it.
Short technical break. 1 moment, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'll explain a little bit what's going on in the meantime. We are very, very, very early for the agenda, so we have lots of time over. So we're looking to see if we can get some of the next points now before the lunch break, because the lunch break is scheduled for 1, so we still have an hour left before that's ready. So we're just seeing if we can get the people in to give their updates, because the next points are all the same department updates and reports and questioning. We can't really proceed if the people aren't here yet, so that's what we're waiting for. As soon as we have people. So just one moment, please. You may entertain yourself with your electronic devices, of course, because it's not a closed session. Yes. That is it for now. We will recommence shortly. Thank you.
No, President, really sorry for the technical break. We're trying to. Really sorry for the technical break. We were trying to call the team to be here at the GA so that they can present their updates, but they're not available at the moment. So I would ask if you feel comfortable, for example, with us discussing the financial matters today. Anyone against? Do you prefer to still keep it for tomorrow?
Please agree first, then disagree.
Green now, red tomorrow. Is your technical lead all is not here?
No, it's because final financial report of SU should be discussed, I think, with financial inclusion also. And Adam is gonna was presented tomorrow, so I'm not sure if he's available then.
We'll do the EPSA financial documents now and keep that one in the scheduled time. Okay. So.
Technical now?
I'm really sorry for the mess. Agreement, since it's financial matters, it's important, and if there's someone that is not comfortable, then we'll keep it at the scheduled time. Okay, in that sense, we'll just move on to the European Affairs Department 15 meeting reports. We're not sure if Evie can join us. We're not sure if Evie can join us right now, but we'll take the policy coordinator and vice president of European Affairs.
Okay, we will go then from European Affairs Department 15 meeting report, and I will give the word to Charlotte.
Charlotte VPA. Since the writing of my report, I attended the European Youth Event in Berlin and attended the PPSA and PPHD Advocacy Weekend. I delivered a parliament simulation there, recorded a podcast together with the European Dental Student Association, attended a meeting with ESA, European Healthcare Student Association Alliance, to discuss the future of ESA's SU, ESA corporate identity, and integration of possible new members. Followed up with the IT coordinator regarding the annual reception certificate, followed up with the European Youth Forum to apply for membership, attended the 50 meeting, the 67th General Assembly, and worked on my daily tasks.
Thank you, Charlotte. Is there any questions to Charlotte? DSHFS, then KMPSV, and then networks.
Masha, the chef is Minia. Thank you, Charlotte, for your great work and your dedication to the team. Congratulations on your mandate. I just want to ask, having maybe have the time to discuss the mandatory nature of the cocktail reception, as you mentioned in your report?
Charlotte?
Charlotte Dupuy, thank you so much, Masha. Yes, so we discussed this within the executive, and I also included it in the feedback form from the annual reception. We had some responses on this matter, and I will transfer the knowledge to my successor regarding what has been discussed there. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. We have direct issues.
Masha, the Slovenia, can you maybe just share a little bit with us what are the outcomes? Or what?
Charlotte VPA, the outcome is that it shouldn't be technical, just Charlotte VPA. So the outcome is that some participants would have advised to maybe not have it, but within the executive we would still need to discuss it further. Thank you.
Oko Games Netherlands, you mentioned that you had a meeting with the French representation in Brussels. Could you elaborate on what you discussed during the meeting? Thank you.
Charlotte Dupier, thank you for the question and for reading my report. So regarding this, we had the opportunity to discuss about mental health and the priorities for the next council and the next Brussels representation that they will do. We also discussed about issues related to educations in the pharmaceutical curricula and health. But yeah, this meeting was done mainly because I had the opportunity to meet them at an event and because I'm French as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Anne France.
Pauline and France, we would like to thank you for your work and especially for trying your best on awards and grants apart from your portfolio. We would like to know what do you think about the next steps for the EA department to keep on the good work with your MEPs, and if you had already topics in your mind for next year after the election, the European elections. Thank you.
Charlotte Dupier, thank you so much, Pauline, for your words. So regarding the topics that I think would be very important, and I already shared it with the newly policy coordinator and advocacy platform coordinator, it will be really to focus on One Health and antimicrobial resistance, pharmaceuticals in the environment, and we will discuss this further with them. Regarding the contact with the MEPs, it's something that is very, very important to maintain, and I will deliver a thorough handover to my successor, so they are sure to be in contact with them, because I know by the past that alumni mentioned to me that the relations with the MEPs were lost throughout the time, and I really, really don't want this. I really want to ensure continuity, and this year we have the opportunity to have a lot of them being active in our project, so I will ensure that the contact is not lost. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Next one, EPSA Netherlands.
Hi, Anton de KBC Netherlands. In your report, you mentioned a meeting with a representative of the representative of the Council of Europe, and you tried to get him to go to the AR, but it didn't work out. Could you elaborate a bit on that, on what happened?
Charlotte.
Charlotte Dupier, thank you for your question. So regarding this, we had the opportunity to meet during an event with a representative of the Council of Europe. He was very interested in the topic of the AR, and he wanted to participate, but unfortunately due to unavailability he couldn't make it. But we are still in contact, and I will make sure to transfer the information to my successor.
Masha, je suppose Slovenia. Can you maybe explain a little bit more which difficulties you face regarding the EA Wednesday and what are your recommendations for improvements and for the future?
Charlotte EPA, thank you for the question. So regarding this, at the beginning of the mandate, we decided it would be more the task of the advocacy platform coordinator, and unfortunately, due to some lack of time and motivation, they didn't have the opportunity to really give a lot of time on this. So I was taking over the portfolio, but with my already very extensive portfolio, it was difficult to achieve the goal that was written in the POA of 18 EA Wednesdays. However, I still try to enhance the collaboration with the team on this matter, because I think it's important to see faces from the team and not only the European Affairs Department in these EA Wednesdays. Thank you.
Luisa Perf, Portugal. So first of all, thank you for your work. And my question is, can you explain a bit further the outcomes of the European Week? Because you don't give as many details on your report. And what do you intend to do in the future regarding the European Week? Thank you.
Charlotte EPA. So I think this first try of European Week was very interesting for us to do, because we could see that we need to enhance the visibility regarding European affairs and regarding Europe in general. So I don't have a particular outcome. I think that the most interesting, I would say, part regarding externals was to really involve the interviews with the members of the European Parliament, because this was really a first edition. And by the way, you can consult the video on the YouTube channel of EPSA. And besides this, I think that we should strive to have more communication on European affairs on social media. And this has been a little bit my regret. I would say this year that I didn't try to put more videos, more showcasing about what is going on, because at the end this is one of the main things that the students see, and to try to make them understand more about this. So yeah, thank you.
Hola, EPSA Poland. First of all, thank you so much for your amazing work this Monday. But we wanted to thank you especially in our name and in the PhD's name once again for being able to come to our little event. We received amazing feedback from our participants. It was a pleasure to host you, not in my city, but in Nina's city, but it was amazing. And also on the spot, we would like to encourage other member associations to do something like that, because the feedback was amazing and they loved it. So thank you so much, Charlotte.
Charlotte VPA, thank you so much to both of you and to both of the associations.
So Bernard Aberfeld. So I was going to question about the situation with the policy and advocacy toolkit. Do you use it currently? Do you have, after all this time, has it proven useful? And has your relationship with Policente continued? Thank you. And what? No, thank you.
Charlotte, can you just repeat the last word? I didn't hear.
How's your relationship with Policente right now? No. With Jamie.
Charlotte Dupier, thank you for your question, Bernardo. So regarding the police and advocacy toolkit, I think it's a very cool tool for the APRs to have when they go into their mandate, so they have everything summarized. I know there are also other toolkits available, and maybe we could try to revise the one that we have in the future, so we can make it more better and better every year. But the relationship with with Jenny, the consultant of Polysanté, is doing well. We had informal meetings, but because we don't pay any consultant anymore in EPSA, of course, we don't meet or we don't consult him that often, but because he's present in Brussels and when we have the opportunity to discuss, we can. There are no issues on this matter, but thank you.
Ook Games in Netherlands. First of all, I just want to say you did an amazing job with the AR, and unfortunately, I didn't really fill in the feedback form. So I just want to give you like 2 points of feedback, just really quick right now. Just regarding like the restaurant when we were like eating, it was really unfortunate that the first team members just arrived like half an hour after the stated time that we would have dinner. It was really, I was just lonely for like 50 minutes and just not understanding the situation and just couldn't reach anyone. It was really unfortunate. And just also another point was maybe not communicate solely with like Telegram, with like if we have to sign up for stuff, because me and my fellow APR just well didn't know that we had to sign up and we didn't have the messages and we couldn't find what we're supposed to do. And if I may, I also really enjoyed breaking into the European Parliament. So yeah, thanks again, and you did an amazing job anyway. So.
Charlotte Piet, thank you for your recommendations.
Bernard Buffalo. So about the Parliament simulation, you say that it needs to be well done, and we agree. If you're going to deliver one of those sessions, so do you think that EPSA should be present in all of members' European Parliament simulations, or eventually are there going to be either a toolkit or some guidelines on how to do them well? Thank you.
Charlotte Piet, thank you so much. And I think it's a great idea to create a toolkit or to create at least somehow a guidance in order to make this approachable and also understandable. Yeah, why not? I will really try to investigate on this. So thank you.
Is there any other questions regarding Charlotte's report? Yes. So thank you for Yağmur, our policy coordinator.
Yağmur Policy Coordinator. Since the writing of the report, the statement of education in collaboration with IPSF Euro was finalized and sent to members for final review. Discussions on the projects and knowledge transfer with the policy coordinator candidate for the next mandate was made, and their questions were answered. Collaboration on AMR statement with veterinary students EPSA association was tracked and meeting was arranged since the writing of the report.
Thank you, Yağmur. Any questions to Yağmur? Anna France, then Upper Portugal.
Pauline Anne France, first of all, thank you for your work. And second of all, we would like to know if we can have more information on the promotion of the different documents because it was said in your report, just like promoted. So if we could just have more information about it, thank you.
Yağmur Policy Coordinator, thank you for your question. About the promotion of the documents, I worked closely with the PR department, and like promotion was done mainly via our social media platforms and press releases, which was arranged with and discussed with the PR department and also the Vice President of European Affairs. And I think the promotion was successful for the policy documents, and newsletters and other projects. So like I can say it was mainly by press release or social media posts.
Any other questions?
Polina, first we would like to know if like it was great, thank you. And maybe were there also like emails sent to stakeholders or things like that, or not? Just to know. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. With the stakeholders, we for the position papers, we asked for endorsements, and if they accepted, we added their logo on the position paper, and this is how we collaborated with the stakeholders and other institutions.
Charlotte VPA, sorry, yes, the emails were sent to stakeholders also through the newsletter, like through the newsletter, through the MailChimp. So yeah, sorry, thank you.
Bernard Pascal, thank you for your report, Jagmer. So my question was about the white paper on pharmaceutical skills in education. Are you planning to update it still this mandate, or is it just going to stay the same? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. Thank you for your question. We actually had a meeting with the education department on this, and we are reviewing the document, and we will then make the updates on the white paper. We are now trying to assess which parts needs improvement, and as planned, I will update it by the end of the mandate.
Hola, PPSC Poland. First of all, Jan, thank you so much for your work. I have a question about formal education review. You mentioned in your report that you didn't really have time for it, so we are curious that if you think it should be prioritized by the policy coordinator, and what are your recommendations for the upcoming mandate? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a policy coordinator. Thank you for your question. And yes, as I also mentioned in my report, it's a really comprehensive document, and it should have more focus, and it will take a lot of time. So when I talked to the policy coordinator elected, I also advised to maybe focus on that next year, and also this year we had already made a survey to our members about education. So if we make another one, it will be repetitive, and that's why we thought of adding what we did as a statement to add it as an annex to the formal education review document.
Any other questions to policy coordinator's report? Now we will move to our advocacy platform coordinator, and she joined us in the Zoom. Just 1 second. I think if you speak, they can hear you very well. They should.
Hi everyone.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Is it okay? Okay. So here we go. Okay. Thank you very much, Tanya. Hello everyone. Since the writing of my report, I had a meeting with EPSA Poland, the advocacy subcommittee, and the educational affairs coordinator regarding the promotion of the fact sheet on first aid and the possible week course on first aid that we're planning. I reached out to Red Cross Christmas materials in the course, and I shared the HPV vaccination fact sheets with the Public Health and Social Service Coordinator regarding the Immunization Week campaign. I prepared the good practices sharing spreadsheet that we discussed about at our last APR meeting and scheduled to share it with you after the out of office period. I had my weekly meetings with the AAT participants, and I communicated with the IHF about the possibility of EPSA becoming a grant partner. I reached out to the European Youth Forum as a speaker for the next APR meeting. I replied and shared the EPSA survey on the medicine regulations. And lastly, I approached two more associations, HUPSA Hungary, South Denmark for their APR trainings. I finalized the surveys regarding the internship and mobility practice, and I had meetings with possible candidates, read the application for the next team, the 15 meeting reports, and replied to my questions.
Thank you, Abby. Does anyone has questions to Abby? Dışarısı Slovenia, then Anne, France.
Masha, the Shafras Slovenia, thank you for your report. Could you please evaluate your work on the ER Wednesdays and what are your plans for the future?
Abby?
Thank you very much, Masha. This is about the question on the Wednesdays. I also had this question before. So regarding the evaluation of my work, in the beginning of the month, we made the plan and the calendar regarding the topics that we will develop videos and posts about regarding the VA Wednesdays, and I shared the plan and the scenarios with my department. The truth is, if I have to make like an honest review of my work, that due to a lot of things happening at the same time, I was not as proactive as I would like with collecting the videos, and I regret that like I didn't show up so much productivity in this point. Also, at certain times we needed to adapt and make some changes about some campaigns, and I wasn't able to adapt to this. So it wasn't really clear also for me which ones is the responsibility on this project. I'm very happy with the regulation change that was voted in this year, because I think it should be clear that it's one person's responsibility, and it should be stated under one report only of one team member. So yeah, for the next plans, I would like to involve you more on my APRs. I'd like to have a social media campaign to showcase your initiatives. As you might have read in my report, it might be a handover project with my successor. And I would like also to have a second video with you guys to talk about your experience at the advocacy platform.
Thank you, Abby. Anne, France now.
Pauline and France, thank you, Evie. Do you have any ideas to give more visibility to EU opportunities, because you send it to us? And then I think it's kind of hard to give all the opportunities to our own members. So maybe do you have any ideas to just give more visibility to your work? Thank you.
Abby?
APC, thank you, Pauline, so much for this question. Indeed, I understand that like a very long email with many opportunities might be difficult to disseminate to all of your members, especially for such a big association as yours. I think that for now, what we can do is try to include the EU opportunities that are relevant also to the policy newsletter. We managed to do that for the first edition, not for the second one. But it would be very useful also and easier for you to have access to some new opportunities. Then another idea that we had is to make maybe a booklet. It was actually proposed to me by the alumni coordinator. He proposed to me that we will make a booklet with some new opportunities that are always available for you guys, such as internships or platforms that you can access, and that you will have access to these opportunities all the time. It's really easy for me to develop this booklet. And lastly, again, with social media, I should have been also more proactive with collaborating with PR and making stories about the EU opportunities. But if I can complete the meeting over that, I'm open also to suggestions from your side of how you would prepare to disseminate the information as well, and I will pass on all the information and guidelines to my successor to ensure that this project will be continued.
Thank you, Abby. Does anyone else has more questions? PPSA Poland.
Aneta PPSA Poland, thank you Eddie for your work, and we would like to express our gratitude for your help regarding our first 8 fact sheets. We're very excited that it finally happened. Thank you so much.
Abby?
EPSA, thank you very much, Aneta, and PPSA in general for your proactivity this morning. It was very, very important for me. It's always very great to collaborate with more associations, also about our policy documents and our facts. So I would encourage everyone to reach out to our EA department. We're very happy always for such initiatives.
Thank you, Abby. We have one more question from up of Portugal.
Luisa, Avi of Portugal. First thing is I would like to thank you for all of your work. And my question is, as you say in your report, advocacy action groups are really time-consuming, and you have any ideas for the next mandate to be more efficient? Thank you.
Abby?
EPSA, thank you very much, Luisa, for your nice words and for your question. Yes, my idea is actually because this mandate I was trying to give more visibility to the position. I would really like to invest more time to the AAT. So at the beginning we decided we will have 5 in the first round, which was a lot, and I understand it now. So that's why I needed more time to manage everything, and I had 1 round. I think for the future mandate, and we have already discussed that with my successor, it's wiser to have fewer AATs and maybe 2 rounds, or more AATs and 1 round. That's the option that is like more viable for the APC.
Thank you, Abby. Do we have more questions? I can't see. So thank you a lot, Abby, for presenting your report.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great National MTA.
Now we will move to our next point. Okay. Now? Okay, we are moving to educational. So I would like to ask Katja, as Vice President of Education, to present her report.
Katja, Vice President of Education. Since the writing of my report, I wrote the Education Department events booklet. I liaised with the speakers of the symposium, facilitated the symposium. I created and distributed the Education Program Review Survey, which I encourage you to fill in. I was present at the 15 meeting and also at the LSOD APR meeting live, and I had a meeting on LEAP with Alexander.
Thank you, Katja. Any questions for Katja? Well, I see not. So, Katja, thank you a lot for your report. And we are moving to Public Health and Social Service Coordinator, Ilya, please join us here. Bullshit.
It's not public health and social services anymore, it's just public health coordinator.
Thank you, madam. Technical.
It's bullshit. Was she not installed as this? Does it not change it? Doesn't matter.
Thank you. Again, Julia, Public Health Coordinator. So, since writing my report, I had a meeting with Social Media Coordinator about Immunization Week and Mental Health Week. I attended 15 meeting, I had a meeting with IPSF, and after promotion for Asthma Day for the joint campaign for them. We've finished the video for Asthma Day, completed the promotion for Immunization Week, recorded videos for Mental Health Week, submitted the ODF to Mental Health Week, to Mental Health Europe for Mental Health Week campaign. I prepared for election for Vice President of Education and delivered live public health campaign just an hour ago.
Thank you, Julia. Is there any question for Julia?
Masha Dushapata Slovenia, thank you for your report and your great mandate. I just have one small question regarding the public health month, or as it turns out, like week. So what was the main problem you faced about organizing just a week, not a month?
Julia, Public Health Coordinator. The problem that we faced was, unfortunately, in March, it was a very busy period for us as we had also annual reception, and when it comes to the promotion, there was a lot of things that happened, so we had to prioritize other projects than the public health month, and I still believe that it was better for us to shorten the public health month to 1 week, as then we could really prepare it very well and not have it like very messy all month. So that's why we eventually shortened the period. But for the next Monday, I think it will be best to liaise with the public relations department and to check if it will be better to do a whole month, like humanitarian month, if it will be better for promotion, or only 1 week. Because I believe that there's a lot of campaigns to share from our member association. Having 1 week is could be overwhelming.
Thank you. Does anyone has anything to add more?
Ongo Games in Netherlands, thank you for your report. You said that establishing external collaborations for one-day campaigns has proven challenging. Could you maybe like elaborate on that, on why it's so challenging and what's like the main reason?
Julia, Public Health Coordinator. So when it comes to one-day campaigns, it's usually take less preparation from our side than 1 week campaigns. And for 1 week campaigns, we can really liaise with our partner and also like kind of plan several activities throughout the week. So it's proven to be more efficient to collaborate with externals when it comes to 1 week campaigns, and then we can offer more activities than only when we have 1 day campaigns. And also, I don't feel it is so beneficial to do a collaboration on 1 day campaigns. Eventually, we can collaborate, like sharing the materials from other organizations, but it wouldn't be a collaboration. And what I mean by collaboration is to create the materials together, create some workshop, webinar, or any other activity. So for 1 day campaigns, I more see it as sharing the materials from our partners or joining their campaigns for 1 day campaigns. And also my recommendation for next mandate would be to eventually, for health days, showcase the work that we have done in the past. So for example, show the campaigns that we have done on mental health, on immunization, on well-being. That was this year, or last year we also had medicine shortages. So this all the campaign that happened live and also online, we can eventually like promote it once more, and also all of the advocacy actions we can also promote during this holidays. And I think it will be more efficient than creating the whole campaign from zero.
Thank you, Julia. Any other points? So, thank you for your report. We're moving to our next person. This is Selma, Science Coordinator.
Sema, Science Coordinator. Since the writing of my 15 meeting report, I have worked on the certificates of the winners of the Science Day and the rest of the contestants with the PR department. I reached out to and received confirmation from the jury to get a signature on behalf of them. I sent all contestants their certificates. I have been in contact with UFEPS regarding the awards of the winners. I reviewed the articles for the April edition of Science Monthly, Vaccinology, and start working on the publication. I had a discussion with Leonor, EPSA Publications Coordinator, about the implementation of the EPSA podcast project and how to involve the authors pool in it. And I made a pre-visit to the museum for the side program of the 6th to 7th GA. Thank you.
Thank you, Selma. Does anyone has any question regarding the LPSA?
Anna LPSA Latvia, and we would like to thank Selma for all your work, and especially that you tried to organize and successfully organize the science excursion here during the GA. Thank you.
Masha, the Shafis Slovenia, thank you for your report and congratulations on your mandate. I just want to say that we really liked the email thread you created regarding the Science Monthly. It was very useful and yes, that's all.
Sema, Science Coordinator. Yes, I also think that the email thread is really helpful. I decided to create it upon the LS reports. No, not report. Survey, LS survey, because a lot of LSs wanted to see the additions. So thank you. Also thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Selma.
Masha, the Shafis Slovenia, how satisfied you are with the first online science day?
Sema, Science Coordinator. I am very satisfied about how it turned out. At first, I was a bit concerned of the technical problems that I might face with, but honestly, I didn't face with any problems like that, maybe out of luck. But also, I had initial plannings, and also I liaised with Manuel to get help on the EPSA Zoom, and also Katja was there to help me out because we had 2 sessions going on at the same time. I was with the jury to evaluate the results, to discuss with them, and Katja was there with the participants to keep them busy with questions and have an informal session. I think it was so much fun.
Thank you, Selma. If there is no more questions, thank you so much for your report. And we will move to our next slide. Our training coordinator, Beza.
Pace the training coordinator. Is it good? Okay. Hello, everybody. Since writing the last report, I worked with my trainers board event member for the TTT, Train the Trainers event, which will happen on the 10th and 12th of May, hosted by BPHD. All the preparations from our side is done at the moment. I contacted and facilitated the trainers who will be delivering trainings in the 67th GA. We still have one more training tomorrow, Saturday 9 a.m. If somebody wants to come and can come, of course, feel free. I had a meeting with Youth Health Organization and EPSA. We are having a train for trainers. It is equivalent of our TNTs. And we will have the event between 15th and 21st of May. I will be represented there as the content team, and we have 4 EPSA participants there, which means we will have 4 more EPSA trainers after the event. Me and the Trainers Board internal capacity building member has been creating a general presentation to be used externally and internally for the training project. It still needs a few more slides. I will finish it for the next Monday so it can be used whenever they need to present the project. During the last 2 weeks, me and the Trainers Board administration member, as always, has been working for the last 2 newsletters, which has been published without any issues. I opened the calls for the training requests from member associations and team members, and the trainers has been selected. It will be shared after the GA. I have been communicating with the SS trainers from EPSA, of course, and continue to preparations for the event. So far, everything is well. I have been communicating with the LSO PPSA OLA. For the 19 TNT, as you may already know, we will have, and we are working on the participation fee. We are trying to decrease the amount, and we also work for the any other logistic details which we need to see for the last parts. We are planning to work on it in the future months also. Therefore, due to our grant application, we had to postpone the promotion of the 19 TNT event. And now the event is in need of a beautiful, active promotion. And this can be done with you and with us. So I created the promotion plan, but I also need all your support. You can support and promote it face to face with your members, or like sharing the posts that we are sharing on the social medias, however you prefer to like. And you can always reach out to me for this. Let me see. Okay. And lastly, me and the content manager of the 19 TNT, Miri from BPHD, she's an EPSA trainer. We have been having meetings to choose the content team of the 19 TNT. We will share the content team after GA next Monday. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beza. Any questions? PPSA?
Hola, PPSA Poland. We just wanted to thank you so much for your work, Beza. Collaboration with you so far was really, really amazing. And me and the Wrocław team are very, very excited to host new future baby trainers in Poland. Thank you.
Thank you, PPSA.
Gabriela de France. Beza, we would like to thank you for your availability and your radiant personality. The EPSA trainings that we requested were always very much appreciated, and the communication between us has always been very constructive. We would also like to congratulate you on the creation of the Instagram account, which we will continue to promote. Thank you.
Thank you, Beza, for these words. So, Manel?
No, President, since we have the resignation of the Educational Affairs Coordinator, if there are any questions regarding his portfolio that has been taken upon by Kache and Alexander that you would like to ask, please feel free to do so at this moment, or later on, if you prefer as well. In that case, if there are none, I would like to propose a roll call and give us like a little bit more time for lunch.
Dominica VPIA, BFSA Bulgaria, CPSA Croatia, South Bosnia and Herzegovina delegated to CPSA Croatia, CPSA Cyprus, CPSA Czechia, EPSA Finland, and France, VPHD Germany, ISPA Italy, LPSA Latvia, SFD Lithuania delegated to LPSA Latvia, MPSA Malta, KMPSA the Netherlands, BEF Spain delegated to KMPSA the Netherlands, NOPSA Norway, SOP Denmark delegated to NOPSA Norway, PPSA Poland, AFA Austria delegated to PPSA Poland, EPSA Ireland delegated to PPSA Poland, AFA Portugal, MPSA North Macedonia delegated to AFA Portugal, SFR Romania, SPSA Slovakia, DSHPSA Slovenia, NATSR Serbia delegated to DSHPSA Slovenia, AFA Switzerland, EPSA in Turkey, EPSA Ukraine. Okay, I collected 20 voting cards.
I'm now president and I suspend the standing orders.